damn, this looks going crazy. Okay, so look. Can't see nothing else. There's no one talking to him again, I'm guessing. Let's go through here. Okay. I'm really enjoying this so far. Must admit. I love the actual graphics of it. It's really good. Look at that. The lighting. It's amazing.
I never thought I'd ever meet you.
Who? What?
Pardon me, but we'd prefer...
It's all right, Miss Miller. I'd like to speak to the inspector.
Unfortunately, just a constable, Lady Westmacott.
Oh, she's that wrote that book.
In the mirror right now, for the fifth
He's
time
reading.
at least.
That's nice, Constable...
Zellner. Anton Jakob Zellner.
This is my companion, Miss Miller.
Okay, Miss Miller.
A pleasure.
So, what are you doing here, my author friend?
May I ask what you're doing here? Are you on holiday?
Holiday? Yes, so to speak. The first and last holiday of my life.
That's nice.
I've been writing since I was a little girl. It became my job, and now I've stopped. So, this must be a holiday.
Well,
You quit writing? Impossible. I have all of your books. Your Detective Partout is my favorite character.
Then I have bad news for you. I killed the old wretch off years ago.
I don't understand.
that's just crushed
I'd
him.
rather not discuss my work, Constable.
Oh, well, fine.
That's just crushed him. That is like, oh, I love your Constable Part 2. Oh, well, I killed him off. What? Oh, no. Okay, where are you travelling
to Istanbul, Lady Westmacott?
No, we are on our way
Venice
to
again.
Venice.
Everybody's and
From
then to
there,
Cairo.
we will take a ship to Cairo.
Interesting.
As you may know, I have a penchant for archaeology. I fund a few excavations in Egypt. I traveled to Egypt by ship as a young woman. And now I'm doing it again as an old woman.
I see.
Okay. Anything good on the fellow passengers? She should have a good eye, you'd think, when she looks at someone, because she writes detective novels. You'd think she'd have a good eye for detail.
As a writer, you must be very
See?
observant. Am I right? I mean, you have to study the behavior of people around you to create the characters in your novels, don't you?
I solved the mystery of human nature a long time ago, Mr. Zellner. Since then, most people just bore me.
Really?
I like it.
I had the impression you were eyeing me suspiciously as I came in.
What do you want to know, Constable?
Well, the archaeologist.
Did you notice the man who just walked into the next carriage with a cup of tea?
I did. He seemed nervous.
Yeah, he
He was
does.
waiting at the bar for the steward, and since the steward never appeared, he elected to help himself. He took 2 biscuits.
He seems pretty young, but he's already a professor at the British Museum.
Interesting. I'll have to talk to him later. Just out of courtesy, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Violinist. What do you know about the violinist?
Did you notice the blonde man with the violin case?
Oh, Mrs. Miller don't like him.
Certainly did. He introduced himself and tried to make a good impression. People like him are drawn to wealth and fame, like moths to a flame.
But his charms failed on you.
I know him by name. David Kroitzer. He was a drain on my friend's purse.
Do you think
Oh,
he
sure you
has
know him by
a money
reputation.
problem?
People like him always have a money problem. No matter how much you give them, they always spend twice as much and complain that they have far too little.
Okay, is there any other passengers?
Did you notice anyone else? What about the doctor or the Baroness?
I notice that you've asked me about everyone, except for the inspector who went in the direction of the freight car a few minutes ago. Isn't that the Frenchman who made his name when he caught the raven?
I wouldn't quite say.
Yeah,
caught.
and shot him.
Well, shot. Why don't you ask me about him and my theory about what he's doing here?
I don't think we should discuss Inspector Legrand's investigation in public.
Legrand, right. That was his name. Will he save the day again?
No,
Or
I will.
you,
I will. Me, it's all me.
There's something else. A passenger's purse has gone missing. I suppose you haven't seen it.
I'm sorry, Constable Zellner. As you know, I only deal with murder, not burglary.
Have you asked my boy yet? Maddie is good at finding things.
Ah,
I'll
she's
go and do
Mattie's
that
mother.
now. As much as I'd like to keep talking, duty calls.
You were right.
Madam?
I did observe you as you came in. You seemed so eager.
It's been a long time since I've had a chance to prove myself, madam.
And this is it. Your chance.
I do hope so.
Then grab it. Even small people can make big changes, as my friend Ronald likes to say.
I shall do my best.
Screw you, Ronald. I don't know no Ronald. Let's have a look round what we got. Oh, where there? Oh, what's this?
The steward must have forgotten the toothpicks.
Toothpicks.
Normally he would offer them discreetly after dinner.
Can I give? Oh, yeah, give me a toothpick. I'll take one. Cute. Well, I might as well talk to her.
Mrs. Miller made a good impression. She wanted to protect Lady Westmacott from me, a pushy admirer. Very diligent. But she does seem a little nervous and tense.
I
imagine she has her work cut out for her with Matt. And a difficult boss, from what they say.
Oh, they say that Westmacott's a difficult woman, do they?
An extraordinary woman. Talented, intellectual, extremely rich, and the most successful writer of all time. Yet, they say she can be difficult on occasion, and that she's rather unhappy.
Okay, can we talk to her? Yes, we can. Okay, let's have a talk to her.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes?
Your son Matty is a pain in the arse.
The little boy, Matt, he's your son?
Oh, yes. Has he done something?
Yes,
No,
everything.
no. I've already met him. Clever little fellow.
We always call him Professor because he's so precocious. If only someone could just drive
No,
the
he ain't that
mischief out
clever,
of it.
babe. Okay, did you notice anything?
Did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Oh, I'm afraid not. I was totally focused on my work.
She's always got an awful lot to do, my Mary.
I can imagine.
You have to tell me if that's not all right with you.
Good Lord, child. Knit as much as you want.
So, nothing out of the ordinary.
No, Constable.
Goodbye, Mrs. Miller.
Goodbye,
Okay.
Constable.
Oh yeah, I've got a thingy. A notepad. Blah, blah, blah. Aha, got you. Okay. So this is a Return of the Raven. See, I had the thought about this, right? Now, the Raven said to Legrand at the end of that black and white thing that he wanted to quit because he didn't want anybody getting hurt. And yet this Raven now, who's supposed to be the Raven's heir, used an explosive that hurt a guard pretty bad. So does that mean if the real Raven is still alive, will he come out of retirement and try and catch this Raven that's hurting people? 'Cause let's face it could give him a bad name. So kind of interesting. Okay, I'll read all that later, and I'll read it off camera. Make sure I know everything that's up there, and if there's anything interesting, I'll make sure I show you. So we'll close that for now and get back to the game. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pause it there for now. I've probably done about half an hour, something like that, or whatever. So it'll do a few episodes. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying this, and I'm hoping that the comments are going to be as happy with it as they have been so far. Remember, if you've got any suggestions or anything oh yeah, there's something else. I was going to skip certain parts, like if I got stuck on a part and I was just clicking and didn't know what to do, I was going to use a guide so it didn't get stale and me just clicking on everything, not knowing what to do for about an hour. So if you're okay with me using a guide to keep the story going and keep the episodes ticking over, then let me know. And if you'd rather me not use one and just stumble through, then again, let me know so that I have an idea, because I don't want to really be using a guide. I'm not going to use it all the time, only if I get really stuck, but I don't want to be using it if you guys don't want me to use it at all. But it does mean that if I don't use it, sometimes I might be stuck on one episode, a full episode, just clicking on things, not knowing what to do. But that's up to you. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hope you're enjoying this as much as I have, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.